Hello, listener, and welcome to Tim Portalers, the show where we jump around a whole bunch of different games and systems and hopefully do so in a somewhat coherent manner. And I am the game master of said effort. I am known as Seth by those who address me by my name. And with me I have...
I am David, and I have a sword.
It is physically present, yes.
Mm-hmm. You can attest to the fact that it's here.
It didn't do like the cool shing.
It's not a very good one.
And I'm Rachel, and I have karate swords somewhere in this house.
It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're pretty heavyweight too, so I could really
it's the thing that stood out to me. It's like you probably couldn't actually stab somebody with this, but you could sure as heck bludgeon them.
They are technically bludgeoning weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Why did they come to a point that doesn't commit?
Because it makes for more actiony Western television.
Oh, it was actually built for.
It's built as a. No, the original side design is intended for blocking and capturing.
It's like more of a sword breaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not intended to be a stabbing weapon. I mean, you could poke someone pretty hard with it.
Well, yeah.
But it's not a piercing weapon. It does bludgeoning damage.
We learned something, listener, and we have.
And I'm Kyle, and I brought my imagination. Because I have no swords.
It's loaded with imagination.
Oh, yeah. I brought my imaginary sword.
Oh, it's doing magic helmet.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Ooh.
I have two of these.
She brought it out.
Sorry, podcast listener, you can't see this.
Actually, they probably can, because unless this is being aired like 20 years in the future when we're all famous, we probably know, dear listener. So, dear listener, come and ask us about our pointy objects and we'll show you.
Unless you don't know us, in which case that's weird.
Google works.
Google does work. Look up Google images of Psy.
Or of imagination, and you'll find it.
Find Kyle's imagination in a Google image search.
That would be scary.
Good luck, dear listener. Good luck.
So about a game.
Nice. When last we left our fearless heroes, you had returned from the world of space, 1889, and following a series of harrowing encounters with local creatures, non-local creatures, and a furry dark elf lady, you had returned to the lodge with the aid of a friend you had made, Princess Felica, and had carved your way back through space and time with a snazzy new sword that you've got that appears to have some sort of entity living inside of it. And it is now wielded by our very own Hideyoshi, who is, at this point, as it seems to wish to return to the land from whence it came, because items popping up where they don't belong is unusual. You three, along with your combat instructor of the lodge, have been sent to return it to the land of Rokugan, and to do more research, hopefully, into finding out what was the cause of the quiet, the long stretch of time that had cut the lodge off from the rest of the worlds, and also perhaps try to learn more about this strange elf woman and presumably her co-conspirators, because she was likely not acting alone. So, as you had all set out after various moments of reunion and reconnecting with family members and pets, had once again
scheming.
Yes, scheming with sisters about, my elf sister can actually apparently make this weird headset work that we got from this dark elf lady. So,
and of course, we don't tell anyone.
Keeping it hush. And we have learned Kisma is not incredibly subtle. However, we're all set out.
Don't worry.
carving your way once more through the doorway of Yatamu Lodge, your home, and find yourselves manifesting in just a peaceful forest and down one mentor that Mudarkatal seemingly had not come into existence in this world with all of you.
Well, it's par for the course for our experience thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely what you probably should have expected. And without pretty much any sort of preamble, except you trying to assess your current forms, being incredibly short, or, hey, I actually look pretty much mostly like myself because I'm still somewhat foxish, and then just kind of draped in ninja-esque garb, and presumably human, if this is what passes in this world. Hopefully you're blending in or doing a somewhat decent job, but in rather short order you heard the calls of distress that meant, oh, it's time to go to work. And you happened upon a woman seemingly with her children and a cart that was being ransacked by some individual in purposely scratched away markings of whatever clan he might belong to, ninja-esque individual, along with a pair of presumably not as skilled combatants, but Hideyoshi stepped forward and challenged them and informed them that they were behaving dishonorably. A handful of things were name-dropped as this individual seems to be asking you if you were of his own group, that he proclaimed himself to be an Okita lieutenant by the name of Hikigaru, and asked who all of you were, and if you were fellow followers of the Wakened. But he also noted that you bore, none of you, any badge of Koyosuru, whatever that might be.
We have no clue at this point.
But, as we had left off, Hideyoshi, you had rather pointedly informed him that he was an honorless cad, and he had drawn his sword, and this is where we pick up, as we begin to dive into the wonderful world of skirmish rules and Legend of the Five Rings, because there are different kinds of conflicts in Legend of the Five Rings, players and listener. There are intrigues, which are social conflicts. There are duels, which are one-on-one battles of honor. And there are skirmishes and small-scale battles. And they are currently mostly between either like small raiding parties or smaller enemy clans. Small-scale battles with a handful to a larger handful of combatants on either side. Not to be confused with a mass battle, which is this is nations going to war against each other. So, since this is seeming to classify as a skirmish, we are going to treat it as such, as there are three of you, not that your enemies know that, as little 4'0" Memphis has tucked himself away behind his comrades.
Save me, Poppy.
And so first off, we are going to roll initiative. And in this part of the skirmish, characters get their bearings, identify their foes, determine their initiative value, and prepare to do battle. For a skirmish, the initiative check is a target number 1 tactics check to gain a read on the battlefield conditions and enemy. And as it works in Legends of the Five Rings, you basically determine how you wish to approach this check, which in the terms of any sort of conflict.
I roll a tactics check?
Yes, but you use the ring you wish to use, which basically in terms of combat like this is going to determine your beginning stance. So this is your Power Rangers moment of as fighting begins, you just all do the different fighting styles and just drop into it. And all of you at this point are realizing, hey, I know how to do this. And you draw your accoutrements, your blades seemingly of this world, and they feel at home in your grasp.
So that means if I choose to do fire stance, I roll my fire ring with my skill.
Yes, with tactics as the skill. So you roll the number of ring dice equal to your fire rating then, and then skill dice equal to your skill ranks
Ring
in
dice
tactics.
are the
Black
white.
ones.
Ring dice are black?
Ring dice are black.
Skill are white.
Okay. And if I have one rank, that means I'm rolling one...
One white and then however many is in your ring.
In tactics, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm guessing we'll need to tell you which ring we choose there. Oh, Grand GM.
Yes, it will be determining your stance as you begin this combat, which basically, for the first round, is going to determine the ring you are using to attack and or block and or whatever sort of combat ability you wish to make use of.
Okay. I have rolled.
Okay.
I got 4 success
Yeah.
and 1 strife, and since I rolled for the fire stance, if I succeed, a +1 bonus success per strife symbol, or is that during combat?
I believe it's for any check that uses the fire ring.
When in conflict mode.
Oh, so when in conflict mode, so...
Because this is under the conflict mode stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to say it counts right as of now, because this is initiative check for the conflict, which we are now in. So.
Cool. I did air stance, so they have a +1 TN of attack or scheming checks when they're targeting me.
+1 to target number.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got 1 success, and then 1 opportunity and 1 strife. And strife goes in
Okay.
my composure
Well,
thing.
first off, you choose which dice you keep.
Okay.
Which you keep dice equal to your ring rating. So since Sahin, you had rolled using fire.
Which is 3, and I have 1 skill dice.
Yes. So you basically just choose to keep 3 of those. And that is your final result.
Now, can
Okay.
we choose under our ring type, or we have to choose the grand total of whatever?
I believe you choose up to your
Okay.
ring rating.
Well, then,
What happens with strife?
Strife goes against your
Composure.
composure rating, yes. Which basically determines once you gain strife equal to your composure, you are compromised and you're a bit of an emotional wreck. And it informs mechanics at that point moving forward. The most...
Can you get rid of strife?
Yes,
Yes.
by unmasking, what it is called. Where
Or by pursuing your passions.
Correct. But basically, yeah, so you begin to look at what drives your character in that respect, or for the unmasking, basically you role play out in the moment of, so what is the great emotional weight that is weighing down upon your character, and then you try to let that out a bit, and basically you're venting out the aggression and trying to regain your samurai calm. But the most notable status change when you are compromised is that your vigilance rating is decreased to 1. So you're kind of, a bit of a mess and all over the place, which vigilance basically determines how difficult it is for somebody else to either deceive you in an intrigue, social encounter, or to sneak up and deal a critical strike kind of thing.
Got it.
For combat. Yeah.
out of curiosity, could I use my distinction of small stature, the re-roll up to 2 dice of my choice, if it helps me on the check, since they don't know that I'm there?
I'll say yes, because they are as yet unaware of your presence, so you're able to dodge about behind and determine how best you wish to emerge.
So you keep dice equal to your ring, the ring you're using's rating?
Up to.
Up to.
Yes.
So I don't have to keep 3 if I didn't want to?
I believe the text as I read it said up to your ring rating, so.
Okay.
That would be 3 or fewer if your fire rating is 3.
Well, I have 3 success then.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep the 1 opportunity.
Okay, and you got the 1 success?
No, I re-rolled those, so I only have just 1 opportunity.
1 opportunity. Okay. So you're probably going last,
That's
but we'll play out the opportunity as you determine how you wish to reveal yourself onto this battlefield.
Okay.
So, Saheen, it was 2 success?
3.
3, okay. And what do we got? Hideyoshi.
Okay. I applied my quick reflexes distinction to reroll 2 dice.
Yes.
And I got an exploding success on one of those that gave me another opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't use it. So I ended up with 3 success, 1 strife. I chose the overwhelm approach, which is this one. The 3 that I chose.
Okay.
I rolled these 4,
Uh-huh.
and then I chose to reroll these 2. That one exploded.
Okay.
It's ordered in my dice box in a way that made sense to me.
Okay. So that's a total of how many successes?
There's a total of 3 successes, but the fire stance, says if you succeed, +1 bonus success per strife. I succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
Does that apply immediately or after the initiative check?
Oh, we were asking about that. And
Yeah,
Seth
I was saying since this counts, to me at least, as part of the conflict is rolling initiative, then yeah, I would say it counts.
Then I got 4 success.
Yes.
So what happens with the explosive success?
That basically allows you to... I think there are abilities that allow it to just basically count for another success, but I think there are... The base rules are that you can use it to roll another die. Yes?
It is a success.
Oh, yeah.
And then you re-roll that same die again. Or you re-roll another die of that type.
Yeah. But what I was saying is that I think there are abilities that allow you to count an explosive success basically as 2 successes.
That's cool.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
If I remember reading that correctly. So, if I could make use of some of your dice, sir.
You want to borrow the app?
I mean, I could if you want to hand me your phone every time.
The dice come in a tray, which is convenient.
Yeah, that's true. Right now, I'm
They're kind of wrapped up.
Dangling.
yeah,
A little bit of dangaliciousness going on.
gotta charge the phone,
Yep.
especially if I'm going to use it to roll dice.
Yep.
Did anybody draw their weapons yet? Or because I think it takes an action actually to draw it in combat.
I think both Hikikaru and I did.
Yes.
And
As
I
a
had pulled out my bow, I thought.
Yes, you did earlier when we were walking up to them.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you
I think I don't have my weapons out though yet.
So, nicely, but first up is going Hideyoshi.
All right. Well, I'm going to get all up in his business, and I'm going to strike him.
All right.
And then
So you are going to be you're in your fire stance, yes?
I'm in my fire stance.
So you are going to be using your fire ring along with so you're
Martial
just
arts melee, I believe.
yes. So you're slicing at him with your sword. So you're using your melee skill.
Okay. Oh boy, there's some good ones in there. Okay, so I'm going to Okay, so when I pick 3 of these, I'm going to choose these 3 right here. So that gives me 3 success, 2 strife.
Okay.
Which also then count as 2 more success.
True. So a total of 5 success then.
And the strife is going up against your composure.
I've got 4 strife now. I have 10.
Wow. Okay. So you got what is the damage of your weapon?
The damage of my weapon, assuming it is just an katana, is
Yes.
4.
Okay. All right. So you just whip out your sword and just slash it up across him, and he barely brings up his sword in time. And he's already, just after the initial clanging of the blades against each other, he's already staggered and on a back foot. He's not going into this fight very well. And so you just ring it around and just staring him down. It's like one eye on either side of the blade. But, okay. Okay. First blood goes to Hideyoshi. Sahim, you're up.
So how far were we away when you started talking to him? How close was that distance?
I'm imagining kind of the distance from like maybe me to Kyle or something, so 10 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I basically just took a couple steps forward and flashed at him.
Which
Okay.
is range 2.
Okay, so my bow is range 2 to 5.
You were probably a little bit behind me too.
Yeah.
I'm probably
I was thinking I had my bow out when I saw them roughing up the...
Yeah, so you're also shooting for Hikigoro?
There's 2 other guys with him.
What are the other 2 guys doing right
one
now?
of them had just thrown down the woman and was sort of standing there at the ready, like one hand on a weapon, and then the other one was just like holding the 2 small children by their ears as they're like frantically trying to pummel him, and it's just bouncing off his armor. He's barely even noticing they're there, but he's seen all this happen at this point. His eyes are going wide, and he's beginning to like just throw off the kids and try to reach for a weapon as well.
Okay. I'd like to... Okay, are there any penalties where I could hit another character if I, like, fail horribly in this system?
I don't believe this system has critical misses or even technically...
Does it have degrees of failure, though? It's like it's a target number of 2 to shoot somebody, I'm assuming, depending upon your range. If you're within shortest range, it's probably target number 2.
Well, it says range. I can use the bow in range 2 to 5.
Okay, I don't know what effect that has on target number, though. Just a regular attack. Just a regular attack is target number 2. I think always, maybe. Either way, so if you got 0 success, that might count as hitting somebody.
But you can choose
your dice.
Yeah.
So it's not likely.
Okay. Because I think I'd like to get the guy who's a little more not paying attention at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, so
what is my so I want to use my Yumi, the bow.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So
you're me.
You are me.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll still be using your fire, I believe, because that's what
I'm in fire stance, so does that mean I'm using fire ring to do my attacks?
Yes.
Is that what that means?
Yes. So you're using fire as your ring, and then presumably bow or ranged. I forget what it's called.
So the bow is damage over deadliness. What is that? I don't know anything else.
Damage is 5.
First he gets the hits.
Deadliness is
if you're doing crits.
3.
Yeah.
So deadliness will come into effect if he is. So I would.
So I got my ring dice in here. What else am I rolling? That's what
You're
I'm
rolling
doing.
if you have the ranks in martial arts ranged.
Oh, which I don't.
So then you're just rolling your ring.
Yes. So you rolled ring dice equal to your ring rating, which is you're using fire. Fire, is, as far as martial skills, is meant to overwhelm. So at this moment, you're just trying to strike quickly and just break through the fences.
Okay, so I have, I think, 2 explosive, 6. Oh, no, those are opportunity. 2 opportunity. What does opportunity do for me?
Opportunity, you can basically cash in for some kind of
boon.
Yeah, if you wish to.
Oftentimes you can spend opportunity based upon abilities that you have, or like if your weapon has some sort of special property, like katanas are keen-edged.
Yes.
So you can spend opportunity to increase their deadliness.
So it's much like advantage in Genesis or Star Wars, but you can shift it for the situation. So if you're shooting at the guy, you just threw down the woman, maybe it's like, oh, you just shot at him and suddenly he stumbles backward and actually she manages to just like reach out and trip him or something. Something like that.
Okay.
And you were targeting the person with the lady or
The
with the
kids.
kids? Oh, the kids.
Okay.
But I got 1 strife, which in fire stance, if you succeed, +1 bonus success per strife symbol. So I got 1 strife symbol. And I did get 1 success.
All right.
So I think that means 2 success, 2
That is-
opportunity, 1 strife.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you take the strife against your composure. And you've got 2 opportunity.
So is it just 1 strife? So 1 point against my composure?
Yes.
Okay.
And so if you wish to use your 2 opportunity to activate some sort of weapon ability or some sort of skill, which I don't believe you have a whole lot of those to worry about as of yet. But for...
Well... And in this case, I don't think ambidextry will help me because
No.
that's just normal practice.
But it's like, if you have 2 opportunity like that, you're just like turns out there was a grassy slope behind him, and it's like he's knocked off balance and falls backward down that or something like that.
Or maybe the cart is behind him and you didn't see it and stumbles over a part of the cart. I don't know.
Yeah, and just falls back in the dirt, and the kids start kicking at him, and it's very embarrassing.
Okay,
what is the damage of your weapon?
5.
Damn it.
Yeah.
What do you do? You
Because
have
I also have 1.
Okay, I was like, Kyle.
Actually, I'm pointing this evening.
Yeah, 5 is the damage.
Okay.
Sorry, it was right in front of me, so that's why I said.
And just come on being like, Kyle, why are you answering when he's asking me? Obviously asking me the question, okay?
Sorry.
Well,
I can't see because I'm so short.
okay. I'm gonna say I don't know if this is a thing, but what's the deadliness of your weapon?
3.
I was going to answer, but I stopped myself.
Proud of you, Kyle.
Yeah, we're so proud.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say
You haven't said anything much yet.
Ooh.
that's good.
Yes, talk to the GM.
No,
Watch
I
all
meant
the
like
dice.
you keep saying I'm gonna say, and then you
I'm
don't.
gonna say, aren't I?
We don't know about that, man.
Say.
Okay. So it's, what was the deadliness again? Sorry.
3.
Alright. Wait. Looking through the documents. The historical documents.
Oh my, we have historical documents?
Okay, yes, so, with the opportunities used as you have done, I'm going to say that increases the deadliness of it as you have met his endurance. These are not incredibly strong guys. And he falls back and as he's trips back over, say, like the arms of the cart that you grab and hoist along.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, he actually cracks his head up against one end of the cart and just sprawls on the ground, just laying motionless.
Okay. Done and done.
First kill.
16 plus severity, instant death.
That's not what happened.
Fatality.
Wait, what? Why not? That
He
sounded so cool.
is KO'd, and that is all you are able to assess at this point. Which, his buddy is actually going to charge up and just screaming incoherently, just come and try to slash at you, Sahim.
Now I hear screaming cowboy in my head.
Change approved. Every screaming samurai.
Ship it.
Okay. Which he is going to take a swipe at you. Cool, thanks.
GM cast summon dice.
It is effective.
It
Super
also
effective.
makes me think of the dog from Howl's Moving Castle. Wait to get attention.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't come at you with a slashing weapon yet. They actually have spears. He is charging at
Oh
you.
my.
And actually,
This is one of the goons, right?
yes. Okay. Goon Man number 2 is charging up towards you and just trying to lunge towards you with spear. which he can do at a range 2, and fails spectacularly as you just whip around your bow like Oliver Queen style, just bat it aside.
Yeah, I like that.
At this point,
You did it!
I can only snap sometimes. It's not that consistent. My skin is too dry.
I can usually get the right hand. I can never get the left hand.
Alright.
I can get a muted snap. I'll show off.
No.
Ooh,
Let's drop the bass.
What did you do?
interesting.
Most
Hmm.
impressive.
Oh dear.
As the man who has identified himself as Hikigaru has just barely glanced aside your opening blow, Hideyoshi. At this point, as he staggers back on his back foot, you realize too late that was part of his ploy. As he sinks down, just sweeps the leg out from underneath you, and you just smash onto your back on the ground. And he looks around actually between...
Now's the time, probably.
See him
You
now?
see me.
You have been revealed. But we'll say, as your opportunity, you do get to act, but you see he's already trained to just sprint away.
Oh, okay.
He
Get him,
has
get him.
assessed that
Is that so?
he has unexpectedly found himself to be out of his depth.
Okay.
So he's,
So is he moving away right
yes,
now?
he's
or-
already turning and running to leave.
So at what range band is he from me?
He would be at range 2 from you.
Okay, and it takes an action to pull out a weapon because I don't have any weapons actually.
I'd say that would be your basically your move, your maneuver action. I forget what they call it in the system.
Okay,
But
okay.
yes, you can do that and draw a weapon and then attack if you can attack from range 2.
Yes, I have a bow as well. That's
Nope.
the reason why I was so knowledgeable in bows earlier.
All right.
Come on, Kyle. Mr. Know-It-All.
Yeah, and I'm in air stance, which means I roll my air. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I am. Well,
got a success.
I know, but I don't want strife. Strife is no fun.
Strife is fun, Kyle.
Embrace
Come to the
strife.
strife side.
Join the compromise side.
I'll go ahead.
Strife has
and
brownies.
Strife does have brownies. We have brownies here, listener. In case there was context lost there.
You can't have them because
That
by the
might
time
be-
you hear this, they will be
Ooh,
gone.
ooh,
Long
ooh,
since
ooh, 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 ooh. All right. Well, I'll keep those 2 dice, which means I get to re-roll that one. Yeah. Oh well, that didn't work out all that well. So I ended up with 2 success and
Yep.
1 strife.
All right, which 2 success will do it if you're willing to take the strife.
Sure.
Okay. So it goes against your composure, and you swing off the shot. What is the damage of your bow again?
5.
5. This poor guy, just as he wheels about and turns to run, you whip out your bow and just crack off the shot at him, and it actually embeds itself into his armor as he was unable to dodge or
deflect it.
dive away from it at a time. But it hasn't actually done a great deal of damage to him, but at this point he is hobbling away and very much open to attack as he has nearly reached his endurance threshold.
Okay. Well, that's my turn.
Did you get him?
I got him. I also got 1 strife, so I went over to the strife side. You're welcome, guys.
Strife. You will take your strife.
This is also the first time that probably Memphis actually shot at somebody of human stature and whatnot, so it's a little jarring.
So, here.
Because we only fought dryer wolves last time, so
The elf.
I don't think I ever shot at
I
elf.
don't think Memphis ever did.
Okay.
Or I might have.
You were involved in the fight for sure.
I was involved in the fight. I forget if...
But I think he
I'll have to
only
check a
fought
previous
the
episode.
dryer wolves.
I think I fought more of the... No, because I did get close.
You took shots at her as she was running away, didn't you?
Oh, maybe.
Because
I was.
you were chasing after her up close, and then it was the 2 of us back a ways shooting at her.
Maybe I did. Who knows?
Well, I just know I was pursuing her up close, and then later I was also shooting that long range.
You would have
Longer
I'll have to go re-listen to that podcast
Mhm.
episode.
When we chased her up the ship. On across the top of the ship.
So I believe we're back at Hideyoshi, and I believe how this works is that at this point you can choose to change your stance if you
Okay.
wish to shift from fire,
Let's see.
which is the more aggressive approach to things typically, listener.
You know, I think I'm going to stick with the fire stance, actually.
Okay.
Yes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to issue a challenge to the fleeing Hikiguru.
All right.
So I'm
How
going
do
to
you do that?
I'm going to do the challenge action.
Yeah.
So I make a TN1 command check.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got 1 rank in command, and I'm in my
Okay.
fire stance.
Good.
Yes. Which, for listener, target number in this game is essentially your dice check, the target number that you're attempting to acquire in successes in order to succeed at something.
So this approach is insight. So
Hmm.
I'm going to shout after him, "An honorable samurai would not flee, would he?"
Mm-hmm.
And let's make this command check. Okay, and oops. I'm going to choose. I get to pick 3 of these dice. I'm going to choose these 3 right here. I'm still fire stance, so that gives me a total of 4 success, 1 opportunity, and 2 strife. So 2 more
Huh.
strife.
Wow.
And so if I succeed, which I did, I've
Mhm.
staked 10 honor and 5 glory.
Yeah.
And he has to either accept or decline.
Uh-huh.
If he accepts, basically he has to turn around and fight me in a mini duel.
Yep.
If he declines, he forfeits glory equal to my ranks in command, which is 1,
Can he...
plus my bonus successes, so he forfeits 5 glory. No, 4 glory, sorry. Forfeits 4 glory, and all of the allies with lower glory than me suffer 2 strife, and then I gain a void point.
Uh-huh.
And-
Yeah, he's going to attempt to... he just looks back over his shoulder and just snarls in your direction. Still, just endeavors to leave, which he can take the hit to his glory, but just you see there's the further hunch of shame in his stance. However, the other soldier individual with the spear who was attacking you, Zaheen, is just looking around and just looks frenzied at this point. It's just...
He's taking some strife.
And...
Oh, and so it says if I win the clash, each of the foe's allies suffers 3 strife. I'm assuming since there was no clash.
There was no clash.
Okay.
He is
But
not
they still-
engaging.
Yeah, they all did suffer 2 strife, assuming they have lower than 50 glory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So, the one individual with the spear there is still just kind of whipping it around at this point. He's not sure, it seems like which way, but he's just in a frenzy at this point. He's just going to be just wildly slashing around with this spear, just but it's your turn, Saeed.
How far is Hikiguru?
Hikiguru at this point from you would, I believe, be at range 4.
Which I still could hit him. The bow.
You could endeavor to do so, yes.
But here's the thing: would it be better to let him leave in shame, or to kill him?
What would he want to do?
Mm-hmm. That is a decision for you to make.
What does your heart tell you?
That Frodo was alive?
Yes.
Then what?
That Frodo is alive. Yes.
Also, do you want to change your stance?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think
There is an individual up in your face just with the waving a spear about.
how easy would it be for me to put away the bow and draw my katana?
That, I believe, would be your turn unless you have some kind of quick draw ability.
You could maybe change the water stance and then perform a second action on your turn that does not require a check or share a type with your first action, so you can probably dunk, dunk, and then attack. Right?
Well, the individual with the spear is still at range 2 because...
Oh, true. So you don't have to move closer.
Yeah, guys with spears get more distance.
Oh, he's at range 2. Okay, then I'll keep this fire stance and yeah.
Boing.
Shoot off another arrow.
Should I just roll my fire dice? So I got 2 more strife. So I'm at 3 out of 6.
Oh my.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
But
Wow.
that's 4 success and 1 opportunity because the 2 strife count as
Yes.
Success.
success.
So, you are able to finish him, the manner of which is up to you. Are you attempting to slaughter this man, or are you trying to keep him alive for some reason?
I mean, I don't know that we need him alive, and he's picking on people below his status, which is not cool, so probably just, like, I don't enjoy it, but, he deserves to die.
Good night.
Alright. It's an eye shot.
KO.
As he
Fatality.
falls back from the impact of the arrow and just collapses to the ground.
Boy, 2 for 2.
I know.
At this point, Ikiguru is just tearing off through the trees. You will regret this! And
You already do.
I'll pay for this! You'll pay for this! Anyway. Which is your turn, Memphis, if you wish to do anything, or if you simply...
How far away is he?
at this point, you would still be at range 5.
I could shoot him, but
At this point, he is dodge
Beating
weaving
and wobbling.
through trees.
he's actually not running in a straight line. He's doing the whole. He knows.
Serpentine! Serpentine!
He knows what's up. I'll go ahead and put away my bow and make my way over to whoever looks injured or roughed up for the kids and the
Okay.
mom.
The kids at this point, one of them, the boy, is still just standing over the man who cracked his head on the cart and is just like, just
Kind of defiantly,
kicking at him and exacting his seeming revenge. The girl has run over to her mother, who has picked herself up at this point and is looking about to all of you.
I'm probably looking up to everyone.
Yes. No, the kids would be probably a little
I
shorter than
level.
you.
Oh, yay!
No, the girl, anyway.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to let him flee unless somebody else wants to chase after him.
I will also let him flee.
Okay.
I will put my sword away.
I look to you. Should we let him leave?
Yeah.
Alright.
The woman at this point is looking between all of you. He will tell his masters.
And who are his masters?
She looks between the three of you just with this frown on her face that seems to say, really? You do not know what has become of these lands.
I'm
We are
sorry,
travelers.
but... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, but we do not know what happened, what has been going on in these lands. Would you please enlighten us? And I'll go ahead and use social skills of courtesy and go ahead and use charm.
Okay.
So,
Roll your dice.
boop, 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 boop. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! All right, there we go. And then 1, 2. Bloom, bloom. Although, question.
Meow.
I have the wonderful adversity of discomforting countenance.
Yes, you do.
Reroll 2 dice, so I'm guessing this comes into play since I
Yes.
do look like a weird goblin-y, weird person. Alright, so reroll 2 dice containing that or that when an adversity hinders you on a check. Okay, so we'll go ahead and
Yes.
reroll that.
You're initially off-putting, at least to people who
Don't
do
know.
not yet know you. Yes.
So we'll roll that and that. Okay, so I have actually it worked out a lot better for me. So I get to keep 3. So I'll go ahead and keep the I have 3 success.
Okay. Which is good, because you look weird.
Does that mean the TN was higher?
No, it's based on his end of the check. But in the target number at this instance would probably be based on how emotionally stable is this person at this point. So a lot of the system seems to be built around the composure sort of mechanic for.
So does that
social
mean
encounters.
that my composure being, my strength being at half my composure is not a good thing at all?
Yeah, if you're compromised, it could possibly lead to some interesting encounters.
Oh boy.
And you guys wanted me to come to the strife side.
But Minthus, as you address this woman, sorry, the Okita League has taken over these lands and are spreading quickly as more flock to their castle.
The Okita League?
Yes.
What can you tell us about them?
They are disgraced warriors mostly. Some samurai who have found one who speaks as they wish to hear in the Wakened.
The Wakened is a person.
Nods. Sorry, but Ikigaru spoke truly. You do not wear, none of you, a badge of Koyosuru.
Sorry, what was that?
Do not wear the badge of Koyosuru.
We have traveled quite a distance. We are of the Unicorn Clan, or at least I am. My companions are.
I am Joji Min, and I'm from the Crane clan. It is a pleasure to meet you. Bow.
Kawarenai. She offers up her name.
How do you spell that?
It is Kowarenai. Kawarenai.
Ah, yay! My wonderful pronunciation of names is going to go wonders in this little mini arc.
Which she then motions over to her son and just peace, and just motion him over to her. My son, Isoda-shan, and she puts her hands protectively on her daughter's shoulders. And daughter, Chonashi.
I would introduce myself at the nearest opening.
Okay, there's the requisite bowing back and forth as all of this takes place.
I have already introduced myself.
Yes. But you are not of the Okita League, but you do not stand with your clans.
We have a particular mission from our clan leaders.
They are beginning to work together.
After a fashion.
Not as far as you know, but okay.
I'm just making sure, okay?
Okay.
Our clan leaders, but
Yeah.
Sure,
We're not lying.
Technically true.
Could I perchance make a scholar skill of culture to see what my own, for lack of a better term, body might know about what's going on?
Sure.
Okay. I like that. Let's go ahead and, since, would you want me to would analyze work in this situation? Approach?
Oh, yeah, actually.
Recall, or theorize, or survey, or sense?
We'll call it recall.
Recall? Okay, I'm not the best at that, but that's fine. Alrighty. Bam, bam, bam. Roll the dice.
Probably either recall or theorize.
Alright, well then I'll go ahead and... Well, I already rolled, so do you want the... roll, or can I go switch?
Well, recall will probably have a lower target number. But
Okay, well I'll just stick with recall then, since that's what I rolled originally. And I'll go ahead and I guess I'll just go ahead and take the strife. So that's 2 success, 1 opportunity, and 1 strife.
Okay. As you're frantically trying to piece together what might come to you of this world in this new form of yours, it's kind of settling in on you that this is all pretty drastically different from how this world should be at this point. And you, not really sure how you know that, but you just have a sense of, I don't know, like the different clans, there's sometimes strife in between them, but as far as a third-party faction, it seems, kind of forming its own league out of seemingly disgraced warriors and Ronin, this is abnormal.
And also, is there the thing too where all of our clans should be working together, but it sounds like they aren't, or...
It does not appear as though, from what Guarana has said, that the respective clans from which you all claim to hail, they do not appear to be functioning together at this point. That there is some sort of unified front that is growing in strength that is not of any of the clans, it seems.
That's the Okita League.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. I forgot what we were talking about before this. Sadly.
You wanted to know things.
Yes.
There were introductions, and honestly, the Guarana is standing there and is just looking to her card. If you seek recompense for your actions in saving my family, we have some goods on our cards, but...
Simply knowing that you are safe is perfect recompense for us. And I'll go ahead and use my generosity trait because I read it in the book that I would know exactly how much a gift would mean to certain people that will honor, that.
Yeah, just kind of having Samurai drop in and say, hey, we'll save your life, sure, and not really demand any payment afterwards is a welcome surprise.
I'll go ahead and go that route instead of, since poor thing, they were just harassed earlier by Samurai. Might as well not keep that going. So, and out of curiosity, since I use that, do I still need to perform a check, or could I? Because if I use that passion, I get to remove 3 strife.
Okay, yeah, we'll see how
well
convincing you are about that.
So I need to convince her then?
Yeah, if she's still wary or suspicious.
Would that be courtesy, reason, or charm, or for what type of social way would you want me to do that?
I would call it... I'd call it... Charm.
Charm? Alright. Boom, boom, boom.
As he's charming this lady... Mm-hmm. I'm going to go over to the probably unconscious dude and relieve him of his equipment.
Okay. Very minor. He appeared to also have a spear, some like small short bow, and a small survival knife more than anything in his side.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Is my adversity still coming into play with all these checks? Just to clarify.
Yeah, this is the same encounter, so yes.
No worries. 2 dice. Bam. Bam. Alright. I get to keep 3 of these. 1, 2... why not? So that's 3 success and 1 so 2 success, 1 opportunity, 1 strife.
Okay. So a net reduction of 2 strife.
Well, I actually now have 3 strife. And so do they all go away then? Or do I still keep the one that I just rolled?
No, as in because you're using your generosity.
Yeah.
Correct?
And I get to remove 3 strife.
Right. But you just got 1 back.
Oh, all right. So I removed the 2 that I previously had. Got 1 back. I see what you're laying down, GM.
Yes. So as you are saying that to her, she's giving a wary, still somewhat nod, but thank you. Well, we will then be on our way if you require anything else. But should you wish for any hospitality for the evening, you are welcome back to our village.
What time of day is it?
Probably mid-afternoon. As far as you can tell from the sun.
Right, we're in the woods.
Under the trees. Under the trees.
How far is your village?
Perhaps another hour's journey or so.
I think we should go.
That would be perfectly reasonable. Thank you very much, and I'll bow again.
I would look at everyone else bowing.
I'm going to take the body of the unconscious person, and is there a stream nearby?
Sure.
And dump him in the stream. Not so that he's going to drown, but just like so he's soaking wet. Maybe it'll revive him in a short while.
Okay. So you're kind of doing the hand in the water kind of thing?
Yep.
So, okay.
Okay. So, but yeah, not face down, so that...
Yeah, he's
Okay.
just in a ditch off the road.
Okay. His companion, meanwhile, yeah, there's an arrow to the eye. He is dead.
I drag him a little bit further off into the brush, relieve him of his equipment,
Right.
and I guess I don't have time to bury him, but I just kind of like leave him off the side.
The little girl at this point is just clutching onto her mom's skirt, which Guarana appears to be wearing just like simple peasant garb. She's not incredibly well off, but as you look in the goods, the supplies in the wagon, there appears to be basic trade goods, some of which have been slightly damaged in the recent confrontation.
I will take all the equipment that I've looted and just put it in the cart. Just leave it there for now.
Okay. As she's hoisted up the spokes of the what's it called? The yoke, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. She starts pulling along. He's like, you throw more stuff in the back. She just kind of pauses for a second and just.
And I'll. Ooh. No, I won't.
Okay.
I won't.
Why?
I feel a little bit bad, but I'm not gonna.
Because is it lowering your
Yeah,
status?
samurai
Okay.
do not pull carts for peasant women.
No, they do not.
I do feel bad about that, though.
Okay. But you're walking alongside, and still, the little girl is just clutching onto her mother's skirts and is just looking out at all of you. The boy at this point is coming up alongside and is just kind of striding along, trying to puff out his chest, and he's looking between all of you, like just waiting for any of you to make a false move as you push on down the road through the forest.
Is this long enough to require a fitness check?
It's not a strenuous endeavor. You're just keeping pace at a walk. You wish to make a fitness check?
I do wish to make a fitness check.
Why do you wish to make a fitness
Because
check?
I have the travel passion.
Okay.
And so when I travel to new places, I can remove some strife.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Also, speaking of our wonderful advantages and disadvantages, how much is this phobia of the unknown? Like, how much am I afraid of the unknown?
The fact that all of this, the lore dump that has been placed upon you,
Right.
it's a bit overwhelming, and you don't know what's going on in this strange land. And
Okay.
you're a bit off kilter.
So I was wondering if I could use my passion of curiosity to ask questions about...
Yeah, she is more than willing to strike up some sort of conversation, and
I would like to roll this to remove some strife.
yes.
So how does that work?
You're probably
First
doing a
off,
social check.
What are you asking of her? Just as you're walking along, she appears to be ready to speak, but doesn't want to presume to begin the conversation
Right.
with someone who is of a higher status than she.
I got one success, so I'm removing 3 strife.
Do it.
Yay!
So is she obviously part of a clan or no?
As you're assessing her clothing, she doesn't appear to have any sort of symbol on her person that would denote her as part of a specific clan or another. Most likely, she's just some of the common villagers who live out on the.
That don't have a clan per se?
They might even reside on some clans' lands, but are not afforded the.
They're not like from the families per se.
Right. Not really. It's less so. So I would say the fiefdom, fiefdom, how do we say it? Of you work and you work our lands, and we protect you, that sort of trade-off.
Okay.
Think of, later years, medieval Europe, or...
Did she say she was
rather
working
pointedly
for
Japan.
or part of a clan when she introduced herself at all?
She didn't.
She did not identify herself as being a member of a specific clan, no.
Would it be, would I know if it was weird to ask her what clan she was a part of?
Being
that
you
I'm
don't
samurai?
know if it would be weird, because it's unknown, but to you.
My body wouldn't know.
No. It would not be a known quantity to you to inquire as to someone's background.
Okay,
You do have the curiosity, so you could just straight up ask.
But
Yeah,
quite
no, I
possibly even someone's background would dictate if they're okay with you asking about their background.
Well, I think, I would start asking, about what clan she was affiliated with, kind of just asking her about herself, she obviously seems to be a trader of goods,
Of some kind, yes.
and ask what her normal goods are, where she's coming from, sort of.
Try to acquire goods that I can peddle back.
Well,
to my village.
do I roll anything for this?
Yes, you will be rolling it for your...
So you're making a social check.
Curiosity is fire, so am
Yes.
I only rolling fire dice then?
Well... because you're not really trying to incite anything here.
You're trying to incite
I'm
an
just
answer.
Curious, that's all.
Burning
No,
curiosity.
I would still say it's fire though, because it's a very direct approach to things. So yes. So I suppose then yes, using fire and I guess the closest. You're not really commanding an answer, so I'll just say courtesy is the fact that you're trying to get a sense for.
I don't have any ranks in courtesy.
So it would just be then your fire.
dice, okay.
Out of curiosity,
Oh, fire!
while Sakine's doing this, can I perhaps maybe talk to, I'm going to probably butcher the name, Tronasi, the daughter? Tronasi. And maybe, since I also have sisters that are triplets and all that, I probably know a few games. Go ahead and use the social skill of games and just charm and just kind of keep her entertained and try to get over my initial weird visage that I don't even know about.
Because that is still going to be an issue, but go for it.
Okay, so I only got one opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
but all it says is after performing a check related to your passion, remove 3 stripes. So I don't even have to have had success on it?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
So you're really trying to push onward, and she's, not seeming incredibly open, but is trying to answer as much as she appears to feel comfortable. And yes, she acquires goods that she tries to peddle back in the village, and we once lived on the lands of the Lion clan, but everyone has withdrawn their borders and protection in these days.
Out of curiosity, I know my discomforting countenance comes into play here,
Yes.
but also since I'm small, does that also give me any boost or anything
I'll
like
say
that?
no, because
No,
that's
okay.
part of the discomforting
Alright,
countenance.
no worries, no
There's
worries.
this adult who's talking to her who's...
Almost as tall as she
Pretty
is.
much, yeah.
Gotcha. I just wanted to clarify. Go ahead.
But have we already covered anything about what has happened to the land in more specifics? Because I think if not, I would...
I've not mentioned any of that.
Okay.
And I haven't had a chance to read
Yeah,
it.
I would be like, well, what exactly has happened?
Yeah, the Okita League has taken up residence in the nearby once ruins. They have restored, and they have welcomed in disgraced warriors and even heretics if their goals align. Ronin and anyone who is willing to wield a blade in their service. Since in the recent months the lands have fallen under their sway and the surrounding clans have withdrawn their support of those who live out in what is now largely no man's land.
We're totally going to be doing like the 7 samurai. Except it's going to be the 3 samurai.
That's up to you guys.
So I got 1 success, 1 opportunity, and 1 strife.
To do what?
To go start a game with this kid.
But like, what are you trying to do?
Well, is the kid sitting in the cart or something like that?
No, the little girl is still just walking alongside.
Kind of walking along. Alright. Shoot, what's a game that you can play while you're walking along here?
I spot.
Right, I can do. Ooh. Huh. How would that work? No, that summons an object. No, yeah, why not? I'll start. Oh, sorry, because I have this ability to summon a minor illusion, but it's just typically an object, typically. I'll go ahead and just start doing, since I can't think of a better game, just the I Spy game thing. Or try to just, it's hard because Fist doesn't know that he looks weird because he hasn't had a chance to look at himself yet. He just knows that he's short.
Every time he gets a glimpse of himself in the mirror.
That's when my fear of the unknown comes into play.
Try to give yourself a motivating speech, and then you have a penalty to interact with yourself.
You got this self. No, I know.
You got this self. You ugly old man. You ugly.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just I guess probably lack of a better idea, play I Spy, or at least try to play I Spy, or something along those lines.
Little girl, Chinashi just kind of slowly works her way around to the other side, and just kind of peeking out at you, but Kawaranae is kind of looking at her. Don't be rude. But no, she's the little girl's not having it.
Alright, that's fine. I tried.
So, I want to go back a little bit.
Okay, no worries.
As I'm walking along, I ponder the way that my sword felt and behaved when I started taking a slash at Hikigaru.
It definitely feels more at home in this world, and as you had just in the rather lightning quick fashion with 4 successes in your initiative, just slashed out with it. It honestly, it was the whole Jedi moment where this was the extension of yourself. You were in the flow of the combat, and even though it was just the brief, momentary, ting, the single connection of steel against steel, it was. There's the moments where it kind of forged the two of you together. There's some sort of inkling that, hey, when I wield this weapon, we are acting more as a single unit than separate.
Okay. And besides that, no, frosty edges or anything like that? Just
You definitely know there's, kind of the shimmering frost still seeping away from the blade, the metal of it. But, nothing had seemed to
manifest.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't abruptly, cause icicles to rain from the sky or anything.
Ah, shucks.
Oh, darn.
As you're walking aside, even with it now tucked away back in its sheath at your side, it's feels right.
Okay.
Actually, that reminds me. So since my poor game, unless other people want to do stuff right now, since my poor game on trying to make friends with the locals isn't quite working, I'm going to go ahead and drop back to wherever Hideyoshi's walking. And Hideyoshi, I might be able to actually analyze that sword of yours, if you don't mind. With your permission, of course, and give a quite little bow.
Yes, I would be interested in that, but let's wait till this evening.
Certainly. I don't mean to rush things. I'll bow again and then kind of just walk alongside and keep an eye out, I guess.
Okay.
Since I totally forgot that I had that ability, so it's like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the rest of the journey, Koranai is still giving her slightly guarded answers. Appears to be a little on edge that you actually took her up on her offer of hospitality, but what's she gonna do? As you press on and a little over an hour into the pushing forward, you emerge out of a bit of a break in the trees, and there's a slope downward in this incline of what has apparently been this larger plateau area. Yes.
I am going to be keeping out, since I was freaking out earlier, since we don't have Murderquall with us. I butchered the name, didn't I?
It's okay, carry on.
Keeping an eye out for him.
Okay.
I don't know, granted, I have no idea what he looks like here, but...
Well, as we found, there are no perception checks in this game.
Right, yeah, so
you don't see him.
Keeping an eye out. Sorry.
Just trying to, if we meet anybody, do we like feel like we know them beyond just seeing them in person, that sort of thing?
He's actually the little son. That'll be so weird.
That would be really weird.
No, that's fine.
You guys blew it.
Yes, as you
the entire time. Sorry.
down the slope, kind of where the trees seem to spread out and open up a bit. There's just this little village and little smokestacks popping up where there appears to be fires, and it's a rather small, dinky little village that just has like a bit of a palisade kind of erected up.
How long
on the
did it take us to
perimeter.
get there?
A little over an hour.
Okay, so it's like early evening
Yeah.
by the time we get there?
And about supper time, and as you're kind of gauging, Koranai is rather aware of the fact, and as you start making your way down, there's, so welcome to our village. This is Sukaru. Just let you all figure out how to spell that for yourself.
Tsukaru?
E-R-U.
Okay, so say that again.
Sukaru. Tsukeru.
TSU.
Keru.
I totally spelled it completely wrong.
And she's looking about all of you. We would be honored if you would join us for the evening.
I look at.
Thank you. Yeah. I'll also bound to say thank you for your hospitality.
You are welcome. Just continues pushing downward down the slope, and at this point is somewhat leaning back against the yoke of the cart to keep it from rolling down over her. And as you're coming down and making your way down to the village, you see there are actually a handful of anywhere from teenage boys to youngish men, kind of arrayed around the patchwork palisade walls that are I say palisade, but even that's gracious, of basically just sticks just kind of propped up and somewhat sharpened out. And you see these individuals, they have like small farming sickles, and they're just kind of patrolling the perimeter of this village. And as all of you approach down the slope, a couple of them just kind of make their way up to an opening. One of them just kind of takes the gate of sorts, which is basically just a stick with more sticks lashed onto it, and just kind of pulls it aside, open for all of you as you make your way closer. But
it's the land of giants for me.
this is, you're looking about the individual appears to be maybe a 18, 19-year-old boy. Just kind of looks about and bows to Koranai and looks to the rest of you. You are welcome in our home.
Is there a way to, for lack of a better term, do an insight check if that's like he's being hostile-ish? Or is it just kind of like the way he's coming across?
I would call this... They don't have insight or perception in this game.
Might just be because we're so used to playing other tabletop role-playing games that have that we're just like, insight, perception, everything.
I almost think it'd be that he would have to make a check against you if he was trying to deceive you.
Okay. Sure. What's your vigilance?
My vigilance is 3.
Okay.
Sorry to make you roll.
Ah, you're making the game master do his job.
How rude.
Eh.
It's just your tone of voice that you said it. It's like, I don't know if it's just your accent that you were putting on it, or if we're trying to cause more harm being here than not.
Okay. And he would be. Okay.
I'm enjoying the system though. It's pretty fun. I like the different approaches. That's cool.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're definitely picking up on the fact that as you're all walking by, he's just giving you the side eye the whole time as you walk past, and just kind of one hand resting on the sickle, kind of tucked into his belt in his peasant garb. Like, none of these guys are wearing armor.
Right.
And as you're walking past, he's just looking from you down to, like, you guys are, compared to them, just loaded up with weaponry, and you're definitely getting the sense if you make a move towards anything that might seem like if you are trying to get a weapon into your grasp,
the village is going to be in an uproar.
Gotcha. Probably be some retaliation.
Okay. Gotcha. So for now, I'm just going to play it low key, as low as I can, because I'm only 4 foot something.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just looking up to everyone. You're all my heroes. I just have to look up to you all.
Kawhi and I just bows slightly to him as much as you can while still hoisting the cart up, and thank you, and pulls the cart onward into the village, and just makes her way kind of past what appears to be, kind of the central gathering area / where people can gather and hawk their wares to each other, or this does appear to be a bit of a way station on the road that's just kind of situated rather pointedly to probably, wave goods in the faces of anybody who makes their way through here.
It's a mythic Japanese truck stop.
Yeah, pretty much. You can practically see like the fading neon 7-Eleven sign. Yeah.
Hey guys, we can still get a Slurpee. Let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty much that mentality. But as she just drags the cart the last, it kind of is beginning to climb back uphill, which was also probably strategically situated in the making of this little village here. It's like, we go down this incline and hey, food and places to stay, and tomorrow we can hit back up that slope.
Right.
But yeah,
whoever planned out the cities did a good job.
Is there an inn?
There appears to be some what one might graciously call a tavern place that is a bit run down, weathered, and a bit of a disrepair, but there's a roof that hopefully would keep off most of the rain, and presumably rooms and or food inside.
Okay.
Like you do get the sense of that what should be washing over you at this point are people coming and welcoming you and saying, hey, welcome to our village, and just kind of being like, you buy, and like all of this kind of sweeping over you, like the smells of breads and fish. There's like a lake nearby, and it's like should be just filled with the smells of people hard at work trying to make a living.
We're comparatively absurdly rich. Why are people not trying to sell us stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
Mostly you're just walking in and people are kind of peeking up from their windows.
Doors,
and it's kind of the one horse town western kind of situation. You walk in and it's like, you don't feel incredibly welcome here. And even like through the window of the tavern, if one might call it such. You see, like, there's a bit of a glow in the hearth of it, but you just kind of see someone who's sitting at the fire and just look out over the window and just kind of go back to whatever they were doing, apparently playing a game of stones or whatever you call it.
Okay.
Go.
Right?
Go.
That's what it's called?
It's called Go.
Okay. Go.
Go.
Gaia! Anyway.
Wrong campaign.
Yes. For listener, that was our Star Wars campaign. Anyway, no. So you've injured this town, and Kawaii has offered you hospitality, but you do note Hideyoshi, as you glanced over, it's like, oh, there's a tavern. She also has kind of looked over and made sure that you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And
We do not wish to trouble you too much.
oh no, it is no trouble.
Would it be? Would you recommend the inn?
We'll say Hideyoshi.
Okay, there's some social checks I could make.
Yeah. I'll call that courtesy. I'll call that courtesy charm.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry, you're making it. Are you actually got it pretty good?
So I do have an adversity Gaijin appearance.
Huh.
I don't know how that would affect her recommendation, whether she would want
Want you to
when
go
I
away,
would
or-
fail getting information out of her, or whether she would lean towards getting rid of me.
Basically, I'm having you make the check here to see if she's actually going to give you an honest answer.
Okay.
Ah.
Alright, so let's see how this goes. Oh, okay. So that is 1 success, 2 strife, 2 opportunity.
She does look over to it. Oh, many travelers who come through here. Yes, make a point of staying there. There are rooms. There's food.
As close as I
It is one of our finer establishments. However much that means, we don't know.
Well, I will not trouble you any further, and I will spread some business around this town. It seems like it could use it.
Well, if you are sure. And just looks about to the other two of you. It's like,
Just nod.
Thank you, though, for showing us the way to your humble establishment in
of
your
course,
town.
and I wish you a pleasant evening.
And you as
You too.
well. And I will turn and walk into the tavern.
And I will follow.
Tavern.
Yeah.
The building.
Yeah, you push through this thing. Squeaky door, whole bit. It's just like, there appears to be a lamp kind of off on the desk area, and just like this slatted floor that it appears to be swept clean, but there's just like the gunk of over time that's kind of seeped into the cracks and everything. So it's kept superficially clean in this place, and the individuals, 2 individuals actually over by the fireplace. One of them just kind of looks over to all of you and just sees you kind of walk slowly further in, just kind of giving you every opportunity to walk back out the door. And as it appears you're going to be remaining just heaves himself up, and it's this older gentleman that pretty gnarled, wrinkled face, surprisingly good teeth though, and just kind of stretches out his shoulders and just kind of power walks basically over towards the front desk and looks to all of you. And can I help all of you today?
I like to think that he's actually still taller than me, even though he's hunched.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
You're up, social boy.
Yes, dear sir. We
This immediate scowl deepens as he looks over to you.
I'll give a short bow.
Yeah, you will.
We are looking for some night's lodging. Do you have some rooms available?
We do.
I look over at my companions. Do you have 3?
We do.
Good. Is also, since it is that time of day, is dinner available for
It
purchase?
is.
Certainly. And how much will this all run us?
you go ahead and I'm gonna call this courtesy, and then this would be charms.
All right.
So yeah, your adversity is definitely coming into play here.
Oh yes.
This is gonna go great, guys.
Freaky looking little samurai boy coming into town.
Where's the rooms, precious? So I have to re-roll 2. We'll re-roll this one and this one. Why not? So that's 2 success, 2 opportunity, and 1 strife.
Okay. Okay. He does nod and very well, sir. There will be looks over and sees there 3 of you, and just seems to be doing some quick mental math. It will be 5 koku apiece for the room. 1 apiece for the meal.
Would I know if that's...
I'll say with your opportunity,
Yeah.
as he responds with that, you are kind of trying to assess, okay, so what's the economy here?
Right.
So, it's a little steep.
Uh-huh.
I actually just looked this up because I was curious about how much I might repay the lady if we stayed with her.
Yeah.
A meal is 5 zeni,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 koku is 50 zeni.
Yeah.
So he's
I only
charging
have
us.
6 koku right now.
I'll even give you, Memphis, you're giving the distinct impression he is staring you down and just telling you these exorbitant prices, just fully expecting you're just going to turn around and walk away.
It's been a while since I've slept under the stars.
It's been a long time.
I'm just gonna turn around and walk out the door.
I'll
Okay.
follow.
Then, well, thank you for your, it's the opportunity to see your establishment.
Of course,
Very
sir. Let
nice.
us know if there is anything else we can do.
Certainly. Enjoy your game of Go. And I'll bow and then turn and walk away.
Okay. You walk back outside.
So,
That did not go as well as I thought it would.
no.
Is there something about me? Everyone looks at me kind of weird.
Do I have something on my face?
Right.
Yeah, your face.
Yeah, I think Zahid would be like, yeah, Memphis.
I have to admit, you're not the most beautiful of
You
young
ugly
men.
dude.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Your visage is a bit discomforting to some, I think.
Your mama says you
Is there like some sort of reflective surface nearby that I can kind of
Sure.
I'm not gonna draw my sword and look at that because obviously
Yeah.
I'll make the village go into panic. But
We'll say there's a water trough nearby
Ah.
meant to water the horses of those who come to stay at this establishment.
I'll go ahead and look at myself and probably let out a slight little squeal of
Yeah, there's a-
"Oh my!"
Yes, that's what a squeal sounds like.
Ew.
Oh
God, Brain!
God, right.
Probably like poking my face a little bit
Yeah,
after I do that whole thing.
it's just definitely discomforting, as it's like as you were trying to manifest in this world. It's like your weird, gaunt, pale form of your typical body from
Got shrunk
from
to the wash.
Yeah, it's basically like that was stretched over this frame, and it doesn't fit.
Okay.
We should look into getting you a mask.
Oh my! Is this what I've been looking like the whole time?
Yes.
No wonder why the poor little girl didn't like me.
I am not surprised.
Yeah.
So,
I
I think we should leave town soon. And I
Like
think
sooner than soon.
yes. and I'm going to start walking towards the opposite end of the village that we came in. Just heading off in that direction.
Out of curiosity, though, is there any shops open on the way? Or
You see, there are shops, and there are even a handful of them that have people manning them. Nobody really seems intent on gaining your patronage.
Okay. Just curious, because now knowing what I look like, Memphis is definitely like, oh, I should probably invest in a mask, but maybe not here.
They're also ignoring the two of us.
Huh?
They're also ignoring the two of us.
True. So, anyway, I imagine I'm just trailing behind them, just doing the whole, like, hands-on face, like, oh, whoa, oh, gosh. But I'm following you guys.
So just kind of pressing on back out of town, and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have, like, trail rations, per se?
The sun is setting at this point.
I guess, what's in a traveling pack? I would imagine there's rations and whatnot in there.
It might just be a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since I don't have the book, could you please check?
I will check.
So weird hearing you use the deep voice.
Oh, my. I don't use it that often, but when I do.
I mean, I don't see anything that... basically, they list, like, poisons and medicine vials and, what is it called again?
A traveling pack.
Traveling pack.
I think I found it one time in the book, and it had, like, rations and, like, a
Traveling
bed
rations is its own thing.
It was, like, off on a sidebar, weirdly.
Oh, yeah, it is, right there, actually. Sidebar on that same page. Assortment of items, blanket, bowl, chopsticks, 4 days of travel rations, flint and tinder, and any 3 other items of the player's choice, rarity 4 or lower.
Yep.
Oh.
So at least we do have some rations and whatnot.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't see that, so I'm going to have to...
Nor did I.
So
you guys have some gear.
Right. So anyway, I wanted to make sure at the very least, we have some sort of meal thing. So it's not like, all right, empty stomach, let's go.
Yeah, we've got 4 days worth of food. So...
We're good.
Ooh, and a small tent is rarity 3. That's going to come in really handy.
Right.
Sure, we'll say you got a small tent.
I'm gonna get a small tent. Because I ain't sleeping with the two of anywhere near the two of them.
The small tent is...
One person.
One person.
Yeah, so we each got one small
A
tent.
pup tent.
Right.
That's how we say
Although mine's probably extra spacious.
So I should
because I'm so
probably
short.
write out what is in
Yeah,
the
I
traveling
can
pack.
read that out to you guys again.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, let me know.
I am ready.
Bowl. Or
Huh?
sorry, yeah, a bowl, a blanket, chopsticks, 4 days of rations, flint and tinder, and any 3 other items of your choice that are rarity 4 or lower.
4 other items.
3 other
3.
items, rarity 4 or lower.
Small tent is going to be mine. One of mine. I don't know at the very least, but mine's probably more spacious because I'm short, guys.
So we could get the tent.
Yeah, and that'll be one of them. So you got 2 left.
Then there's like a bottle of sake. There's a bowyer's kit.
A boyer's kit?
A bowyer's kit.
What is that?
So
For
you
the
can make
bow.
a bow
Oh, cool.
and like keep your bow in good shape.
Okay.
Spare string, feathers, wax, bamboo. There's a calligraphy set.
Ooh, I'll have that.
Go for it. There's dice and cup. You, the game master. There's a divination kit. That's rarity 4, never mind.
Rarity 4 or lower.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you have a divination kit.
What does that do? Or what is...
The divination kit is popular among both superstitious peasants and the mystical Shugenja. Divination kits are used to tell the future or otherwise commune with the spirit realms. A divination kit may contain special coins, sticks, bones, or other small items with metaphysical import. Diviners use these kits by casting their coins or sticks on the ground and reading the patterns they create for any omens or portents.
Nice.
Then there's also just games, a collection of games. Go, shogi, and other games popular among the bushi and courtiers are ones most likely to be found in a trapezoized set. A kubi bukuro, simple net bag used to carry the severed head of an enemy.
Wow. Just a simple net bag.
A lucky cricket, very popular among the Mantis clan. A small live cricket in an ornate metal cage is thought to bring good fortune to whomever it carries.
What
Carriers.
level rarity is that?
That's rarity 4.
I will have a lucky cricket. Why
I got
not?
the lucky cricket! Then there's a medicine kit. The different musical instruments of varying rarities. Omamori, protective charms. Personal seal or chup, which is rarity 6. Pillow book. This is a small, loosely bound, cheaply made book written in a genre some samurai consider insufficiently serious, such as romance, adventure, or poetry. A pillow book can also be an account of a famous person's life or an adaptation of a diary. Occasionally, important literary or academic works are converted to pillow books to make them more portable.
50 feet of rope.
What else is there?
There is rope. A quiver of arrows, which I think you probably already have.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. Sake cup. Or the sweets. Little candies, small cakes, other confections.
I could be Jester.
They also have tattoo needles.
Oh boy.
Oh, dear.
A portable tea set, which is rarity 6.
So we won't be able to get that.
Yeah, so you can have a small tent as opposed to a yurt or a chong-chong.
Chom.
So is there anything else level 4 rarity or lower?
Umbrella. Whetstone.
Whetstone. That's it.
So I have, just so you know, then Mr. GM, Game Master,
Yes.
I have for my extra stuff, I have a small tent,
Yes.
a calligraphy set,
Mhm.
and a lucky cricket. Because why not?
Yo,
Tea
lucky!
set?
A calligraphy set.
You want to look like a sucker to you? What do you mean a loser?
Where are these in the source book?
They are
Personal
in
effects. 242.
Yes.
Hold on. It's opening it in the wrong program. Dang
As
it.
we all frantically look at our
Okay.
source books for Legend of the Five Rings. So, regards, as you all press on from this small village named Tsukaru, you all push on once again back slightly uphill in the gathering dusk as the trail begins to grow cold with the dark. And how far do you wish to push tonight? Also, where are you going?
As we walk away, I explain to my companions that hopefully the fact that Kawara and I led us to that village meant that it's going away from the Okita League. So I'm just going to keep going in that direction until I hear otherwise.
Sounds fine to me. By the way, Hideyoshi, am I really ugly? Sahin told me I was ugly. Am I ugly?
I'm going to murder my computer right now because the stupid thing opened it in the preview program and now I can't open it with Acrobat Reader.
Ooh.
Balderdash.
Want to borrow the book? Like the book?
Okay. It's fine now.
Book.
It's okay.
The book.
I think I got it now.
Just so cleanly getting away from the question there, Hideyoshi.
Tell it to my face.
That face?
Right, look at me.
Do I have to?
Courtesy is one of the values of Bushido, and I keep walking.
Ouch. Keep on following behind. I try to keep up because I got short little legs.
I don't like you fall behind. I would say we'd probably go until dusk,
Okay.
and then
It's not far until.
okay, and then find a spot at least like 50 feet away from the road.
Okay.
Can we still see the town from how far away we got? Or-
Make a perception check.
right.
Sorry.
No perception checks.
What page was the stuff?
254? I I believe.
Was it? It was
2-5 something.
242.
Oh.
It's okay. At least you're pretty.
I'm a pretty boy.
Sure. No. You actually looking back along the road, it's winded a bit. Some switchback somewhat as the incline heightens. But as you look back, you see there's like the faint glow from little specks of light dotted about the village down at the road below you in the valley here.
Cool. Just kind of keep, since we have no idea where we are, kind of try to keep little like breadcrumbs, if you will, where it's like, okay, we came from this way.
Sure.
You can still see that.
You do gauge, by the position of the sun at least, who knows if it's the same here,
Right.
but if supposedly the sun does set in the west, you appear to be traveling north.
Okay. Would I know anything about the layout of this land at all, or?
Probably not a whole lot. You would probably know about as much as you, Kyle, do in real life from having glanced at the map of Rokugan.
If Kyle did that in real life. Okay. So yeah. I don't know nothing.
Not really.
That's fine.
So as you bed down for the evening,
Ooh.
We should set up a watch.
Also, do you want me to look at that weapon of yours?
Yes. Would you like first watch?
I sure, I guess I was following, yeah.
Okay.
I also need the book.
you hand off the weapon
Yeah.
Book.
And the book.
and the book.
My book of bells.
Your book of bells.
My book of bells.
And then I set up my tent and I go to sleep. And I will take second watch, so when my watch comes up, you just tell me what you find out.
Okay.
And go to
Okay,
sleep.
and I'll take the last watch then.
I'm gonna say make a subsist survival check as you bed down for the evening.
Subsist survival, okay.
For all of us?
As you're just setting up your little tents and
And what was the check?
subsist survival. So void survival.
Pretty sure I don't have survival. Where is that? Where is the survival?
And
I'm so dumb. I
It's
can't
under trade skills.
well, I got one success.
Okay. The target number is 1 because you're just bedding down for the evening.
One
That's
opportunity.
Okay.
no, that sounds like
Hey.
a travel-related check.
Which, wait a second, I only keep one of my... I mean, not that it matters, actually, because either I have nothing or just one opportunity, and I probably want to keep the opportunity.
I will say no because you're ending your day's travel.
Okay.
I'm guessing my small stature does not help me, or does
No.
at most. So I got Ziddly Squat.
Okay.
Ziddly squat.
Ziddly Squat.
You, Memphis and Sahim, just frantically try to picture the little tents. You've never had to survive out in the wild before. This is weird that you actually have to worry about
Mm-hmm.
like there are elements that will come in and be a problem.
Saith what?
Yes. And yeah, you
Yoshi!
I go and help.
okay. We'll say between the three of you, you're able to fashion something resembling a tent setup for each of you
Okay.
for the evening.
Thank you, Hideyoshi.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
So I have 3 success on my Reflections of Panku, and it was a target number of 2. So I succeed, and I scribe to uncover all properties and items possessed, including its name, maker, mundane qualities, magical properties, curses, and seal techniques.
Okay.
Oh man, oh man,
So
oh man,
I
oh man, oh
need
man, oh
to
man.
look at my notes here.
What?
Memphis.
Really quick though, I'm seeing what this little thing says on 307, just to make sure it doesn't relate to this at all. It said, see this on page 307. So I'm turning to 307. Sorry that make you stop there, GM. So, meaning unsleep is a reference to the... Oh, okay, that's probably what you're going to be telling me right here. Okay, cool.
Quite possibly, I'll be explaining to you exactly what this sword is.
Right.
As you're vibing with this thing, now that you're back where it belongs, and Memphis, you're finding that you understand, you have your finger on the pulse of the energies of this world. As you grasp this sword, you disappear. No.
Peace out, suckers.
No, but as you're holding the sword and just kind of meditating over it and just holding it by blade and hilt, as you sit cross-legged on the ground and just beginning to feel the sprinkling of rain for the evening on your head as Hideyoshi is trying to put your tent for you. You grasp this sword has a name. Its name is Hitsujinu.
Oh boy, how do you spell that?
Hitsu Jinu.
Jinu.
Correcticus. And Hitsujinu.
It's Sujinu. I shall get it right. I apologize, dear sword.
Yes, you mispronounced the sword's name as you whisper it aloud, and then it just kind of pulses with cold, and you're like, oh, sorry. So sorry.
So sorry.
And you are able to piece together that this is a sword that seems to exist somehow in the cracks of reality that have begun to form. And they are forming. You grasp as you're holding this sword. And it is seeming that the quiet may have been the least of your problems, as the different worlds are beginning to fracture and seep into each other by design. And you know this because the sword knows this. The sword has been taken from this world where it probably should never even have existed in the first place. And, okay, even in this world where it is at home,
it still doesn't belong, even though it came from here.
Right.
Type of weird thing.
It seemingly was forged by someone who should not have had the
ability to create it.
Not necessarily the ability, but the right to do so.
Do I know its maker? Because I could figure out its maker.
You, as far as trying to piece together a maker, are not able to pinpoint a precise individual, because as you're trying to determine, okay, so who crafted you,
right?
Dozens of different faces flash through your mind.
Wow.
Yeah. And like in such rapid succession that it's overwhelming. But
yeah,
though you are not able to grasp a face or like an individual, you simply feel this thought in your mind, and it just says, "Waken."
Okay.
That
Am I getting the idea that its maker is the Waken? Or
because didn't Hikiguru talk about the Waken?
Yep.
Yes, he did.
The Awakened is the boss of the Okiba League.
Yeah.
Who are completely upsetting the balance.
Pretty much mechanics-wise, this is the lost and unborn lotus sword of the Kitsune clan.
Cool.
It was seemingly called into existence against its own will.
Okay.
And there is indeed a water kami within, which is a spirit of this world.
Cool. And is that where it gets its name? That it's. I apologize in advance.
Hitsujinu.
Hitsujinu is the name of the water kami.
You're not entirely sure how sword names work here, but that's its name, and there is a water kami inside it. And yeah, it appears to like the frost that seems to form along the blade is powered by this spirit inside them.
Okay. Well, I guess for my watch, then I'll go ahead. I don't know how long this takes me to do, but I'll go ahead and just kind of, if I can, talk with the sword. I don't know if that's how it works or whatever, but
Precisely, but as you're able to get that sense of it at least.
okay, cool. So I'll do that. Keep a perception of the surrounding area. However, that all works.
You're staying alert, and
Right.
if somebody's sneaking up on you, it is versus your vigilance rate.
Right. And I think that's all that I'm going to do because I think these other with the rituals have to do during downtime, so I can't do that right now.
Okay.
So I'll keep watch and just kind of ponder on everything that I've learned so far in my ugly visage, I guess.
Okay.
So, and whenever my watch is done, go find Hideyoshi, unless something comes up that I'll watch.
Nope.
Okay. So I'll go over to Hideyoshi's tent, kindly rouse him from his slumber,
Mm-hmm.
and inform him of all that I found out about the
You
sword.
see
and its
a
name.
weird visage.
Right,
It's a creepy face over you.
right. Hideyoshi, this is what I found out about the sword. And blah, 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 blah. Copy and paste what GM Seth said.
All right then.
It's quite an interesting artifact, I must say.
Thank you for investigating.
Thank you for setting up my tent.
You're welcome.
The epic moment when you begin to draw. Put aside the ranger.
So, I'll go ahead and head off to my bed bye
Okay.
and say goodnight to my cricket and go to bed.
I can't do a good cricket sound.
Nope. No, you can't.
Me and this cricket are both the ugly.
That's
It's
the
cricket and the ugliest person.
I love it. It's an ugly cricket.
Ugly cricket.
It is an abnormally ugly cricket that's just sitting there.
That screams like the screaming cowboy.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay. Who's got second watch?
I do.
All right.
I'll be spending my watch watching and meditating with the sword.
Okay. As you are meditating with the sword, we'll say just kind of going through the basic stances of
Kata.
yes, taking it through its paces and just letting it stretch its legs, as it were, in its home of this world of Rokugan. It would then be you, Hideyoshi, who would begin to hear off in the distance shouts of anger and alarm.
Alrighty then. Put the sword away. Wake up the friends.
What do you want? What do you
It's
want?
dark
Is
in
it
this world in the
already?
morning.
Listen. Duty calls.
The
Okay.
duty of a samurai?
Yes.
That's how this works?
Yes.
Alright.
So I wake up my folks and
Yep.
let's do this.
Okay.
And back to the
Sounds,
village.
The sounds, as you may have guessed, are coming, yes, from the village of Tsukaru. And as you are hoofing it back down the incline back towards the base of the valley here, I would like all of you, since you are attempting to charge back into the thick of things, we'll call this... Is there not an athletics?
Fitness.
Fitness.
Yeah, fitness.
Okay, fitness. Yes. Okay. Phew. Okay.
Fitness, but fitness what?
We'll call this fitness withstand, I suppose. As you just
Oh no.
trying to keep the pace here.
I'm guessing my small stature becomes now an adversity for
Yes, it
this.
does.
So what do you want me to do for that? Since
1 success, 1 strife.
If it is working as your adversity, you reroll 2 dice containing success.
So basically just put in
Do
the
I
adversity
take
attack.
strife when we're not in conflict mode?
Yeah, I think you always take strife.
Yeah,
Okay.
strife is an ever-present thing that works against your composure.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be messy.
But I got one success.
Okay.
One opportunity.
Goodness. You faceplant on the slope here. However, you and begin to just go.
My face. Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Why are you so worried about it?
You're still going in the right direction.
Can I spend the opportunity that I got on my check to help him stand back up and keep going without falling?
Sure. As Memphis is kind of rolling past by your feet, you just kind of grab him by the scruff of his neck and just hoist him back up onto his feet.
So my check was 1 success, 1 opportunity, 2 strife.
Okay.
I'm a lot of strife right now.
Uh-huh.
This is gonna be fun.
Weren't we
Okay.
able to remove strife for the travel thing?
That's if I had not done that, I would be compromised right now.
Okay.
So I might freak out a little bit this battle, guys. Brace yourselves.
GM is excited.
Well, it's a lot of pressure. You are the one we're looking to at this point, and this is your, like...
This is my moment in the moon.
Which there is a moon at this point overhead. A fair amount of cloud cover though, so it's kind of.
My mom's watching me.
As you guys are just charging back down the slope here, abandoning your small campsite up at the higher up on the valley slope there, and as you guys are charging back down and coming back along the road.
I would say yes.
Okay. Yes, so as you're drawing back near, you see at this point there are a couple of buildings alight, and like the faint sprinkle of rain at this point is barely.
And trying to see what's going on.
Locations of screams and
Yes.
shadowy hostiles.
There are a handful of individuals just kind of riding on horseback through the village and appear to have torches in their hands, some of them, and like sometimes a sword or a spear in the other arm, just in general trying to either corral people or if people are offering resistance, skewering them.
Well, fortunately, hang on. Koranai and her children are now armed.
Okay.
They can choose what to do with that, but
Yeah.
I did intentionally leave the weaponry in their wagon.
How many arrows are in a quiver of
I think,
arrows?
if I read correctly, it's basically some basic arrows. You can always have them.
It's a Legolas quiver.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you have specialty arrows, then you only have a set amount.
The answer is enough.
Right. So you
a
always...
standard quiver can hold 60 or more arrows.
So we'll say for now, you've got arrows.
Okay.
I don't see you using 60 arrows in this fight. So as you are a long time you've been charging on to battle.
Right.
As you guys are drawing near, no one seems to have noticed your approach yet. The individuals on horseback seem to be busy just corralling any of the villagers. And
What
towards
is
the
their
central
intent
square.
seems to be with corralling?
We'll say as you guys are getting along towards the outskirts of the village, you're seeing that there is a figure just kind of sitting in his horse's saddle, just kind of across the way from you, and just appears to be waiting there for all the villagers to be gathered around them.
Out of curiosity, do these individuals...
Before, I should say.
since we can't roll perception, you'll have to tell us, I guess. Do they look like they're not marked with any clan symbols? Or are they marked
How
with
many
clan symbols?
of them?
I'll say you'll have to get closer to try to gauge that, but some of them, pretty much all of them at this point are on some sort of torchlight, or either from the torches they're holding, or in the case of the individual who appears to be waiting for everybody to be gathered in front of them, there's actually somebody standing below the horse, just kind of holding a torch up.
How many enemies does there seem to
There appear to be 6 of these individuals on horseback. Yes.
be? Including the guy waiting for...
No, sorry. So 7.
Including the guys holding...
That guy just
Doesn't count for anything
well,
as far as combat?
we'll see. But as
There's
far
at
as
least 8 on horseback.
there are 6 riders, kind of
Or
just
six,
kind of gathering people up, and then the one that they're bringing them before, and then yes, the one guy just kind of holding up the torch does not appear to be armored
Threatening?
or heavily armed at all,
Okay.
possibly.
I thought we engaged stealth mode.
Uh-huh.
Which is what in this game?
Well, I have
You just kind of
skull,
hold your sword out behind you, and
Right.
skullduggery.
Well, I mean, for me, I
Would
just
it be
keep on-
skullduggery?
is there not an actual stealth?
I don't think so.
I mean, for me, I just keep on walking because nobody can see me. Which
Yeah, I don't see. I don't see stealth.
Oh boy. Skullduggery Con, I'm not gonna roll well on this one.
All right. So what do you roll against somebody's vigilance to sneak up on them? We'll go off of that, since basically that's what you're trying to do here.
Oh boy.
Alright.
it sounds like it's one of those words that I just can't say properly, I guess. Vigilance. Characters. So it sets up the target number to deceive, mislead, or otherwise, basically do all that. So I think we choose how we're going about it. We just that's our target number.
Okay. So how do you use Seafaring to sneak up on this man?
That's what the Navy SEALs do.
Not in the middle of a valley where the lake is.
Seth, I want to
Not
use
me.
courtesy and kindly announce my presence.
Okay.
Use performance. You over there.
Right, yeah. You looking for me?
Are you looking for me?
I think I'm going to use tactics shift to dodge and move between the shadows when they're not looking.
Okay.
I'm gonna use skullduggery con, I guess,
Yeah, go for it.
to just make it seem like I am not there.
Doing the ninja.
Yeah.
Midfist is not at all stealthy in any way. I think I will go ahead and use, I guess, tactics
Feint.
feint. Yeah, that. Since that's probably the only thing that I can think of that's stealthy-ish.
Okay, so
Muscle.
so for flavor reasons, we'll say you're doing the whole grab a rock throw
Right.
over there.
Does my small stature help me in this endeavor?
It would actually, yes.
All right. I have something going for me at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
I'm going to be with 2 success, 1 strife on this one.
Okay. That'll do it, but here we go, more strife.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to
As-
risk having 1
Yes.
success.
As somebody spins about, just the flame of their torch lights just kind of just nearly catches the edge of your cloak as you pull yourself and just brace back against the building, and they nearly spotted you. You think,
All
as they-
right. I've got 2 success, 1 opportunity, 1 strife.
Okay,
2 opportunities.
so you are taking further strife, Sahim, and
I'm
you-
only at 2, 6, so
so the two of you are able to just kind of slink along, and especially you, Zaheen, are just kind of darting.
I'm like using the
along the
opportunities that maybe Medfist gives.
Yes. However, Memphis,
Yeah.
there's a point where you're just kind of running forward, and abruptly an individual on horseback just kind of just reins up in front of you, and the horse rears back, and the hooves are just kind of windmilling in the air, and
Probably right directly in front of my face. because
yes,
it's so
they
small.
actually hadn't spotted you at this point, you think, but as the hooves are just flailing about, you just have to duck away and just kind of land in the mud, and
My poor ropes.
as the individual on the horseback just kind of looks down at you. You two! Move! Just kind of jabs with the butt of his spear and just kind of...
Alright, I'll go
Spurring you
wherever
on.
he's leading me, I guess.
Okay.
Actually, he's butting me with his spear thing?
Yes.
Could I... When he's butting me, I want to go ahead and grab it and pull him down.
Okay.
Wow, Memphis is more reckless than Saheen.
We are gonna call this.
Just compensating.
We'll call this.
Be a man.
we'll call this fitness overwhelm.
Oh boy. Okay.
Well,
and I'm guessing small stature does not help in this.
It does not.
All right.
If anything, it would hinder, right?
It doesn't compromise his strength. He's just tiny.
I'm a little man. Well, I guess I'll have to take those two. So right now I got 2 explosive successes, 2 strife.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, could I use my flexibility water to help me? Its ability to fit into tight spaces and to maybe more so navigate?
So explain to me how that would work.
Well, I was just thinking if, fitting through some tight spaces so that I'm out of the line of sight. I'm, being super stealthy, sneaky, and finding, the tiny alleyway between...
Okay, so you're doing the Assassin's Creed, just kind of diving in the small crevices.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Okay, I'll allow it.
So if it's flexibility water,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean then?
I believe that means when it would only apply when you're using the water ring.
Okay, then it might not apply then.
what?
Because I'm just using the air, so because the skullduggery con is the water would be exchange,
Yes.
which I don't know how that would necessarily.
I suppose if I take it as its literal meaning, it would be exchanges in your moving more directly through things and causing things to shift around you, and it's more so using the movement of objects that you will be having to.
Okay, I'll just stick with what I had because
around.
I got a good success on it. I just was curious.
Okay.
So I ended up with 1 success, 1 opportunity, 1 strife. Because I
Okay.
can only keep 2 because I have 2 fire.
You just grab onto the butt of the spear and just yoink downward, and he's just kind of lunged forward in his saddle and thrown off balance, but he is not pulled out of his saddle.
Out of curiosity, now since I'm close enough, can I see if he has any markings?
Yes, and he has
What was
none.
your plan all along?
He has a different shade, it seems, in the kind of shifting torso, as you can see. Like his armor is a slightly different color than the individual you encountered before.
Right.
But
Same.
yeah, same thing. Where there would be any sort of distinctive markings, it's just vigorously scratched out.
Okay. Cool. So I'm currently in a tug of war now.
Yes. How would you wish to use your opportunity?
Could I maybe push back on the spear thing and then duck away into a building or something and hide myself?
Okay.
Because he's at least off
I'm
balance.
gonna say at this point,
Or where am I? Where am I located?
that
How
would
about
be that would be a separate check, and then we would be going into initiative. So
Okay.
For just the 2 of them?
They can make it
so
if they
far,
Okay. What to do with the opportunity then? So I'm currently just tucked away in a tug of war.
Yep.
Poopy. They'll go ahead and. Well, I already resisted, so it's probably not going to take kindly if I go follow him.
there will be response
Right,
for
yeah.
what has happened. Yes,
True.
it's like there's cause and effect involved.
Right. No way.
We're
Shoot, I have no idea what to do because in actuality, Memphis is probably also freaking out because it's the phobia of the unknown. So I actually... Does that come into play? Because I would be receiving 3 strike from this.
No, because at this point it's like...
Just fine.
Like some kind of rogue samurai with scratched out markings. Like, this is at least somewhat familiar.
In a bad way. Well then, I'll go ahead and... Yeah, what the heck, we'll go ahead and do what I originally was going to plan to do. Throw the spear back and then try to go somewhere.
But in that case, we are rolling initiative.
All right.
Which,
I don't think we have to roll yet.
thus far, it is just going to be a duel.
Ooh.
A very strange duel.
So we've been in a
skirmish. It is a duel.
Now we're having a duel.
In which case, you are going to
You should pass that to Kyle so he has dual rules handy.
The duel
Which page?
Duel rules.
Oh,
right.
remember.
I just roll my whatever stance I'm taking.
Yes, and it is going to be an initiative meditation check.
Alright, initiative meditation. Boom, boom, boom. Bum.
There you go.
Thank you.
Duels.
How am I doing with composure? Doing okay. I'll go ahead and ignore that one and take the 2. So I have 2 success.
Okay.
I mean, my first duel, guys.
I
Yeah.
get to fight a duel before.
I'm doing air stance, by the way,
All right.
so it's hard to hit.
You're up first.
Oh boy.
So you size up your foes and So, the first time an opponent becomes compromised or unmasks during a duel, a character may immediately execute a finishing blow. So keep that in mind.
Okay. Don't become compromised.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead, pull out
Here.
my little... Huh?
Nothing?
I'm going to go ahead and... I'm guessing we're in range 0, right? Since we're currently...
I call it 1. Range 0 is basically your space.
Oh, okay. So range 0, 1.
Yes, but some dual actions are Calming Breath, Center, Predict, Prepare Item, Strike, or Unique Action.
I have to choose one of these. Where are they again?
Mm-hmm.
On the
260.
Alright. Then what do I... Here we go. Alright. Dual actions. Calming Breath. Calm yourself, recover stamina. Okay. Now this isn't me attacking, it's just I can do this and attack, or to clarify? Or...
It would be an action, so you would not be attacking.
Okay, so this is doing something instead of...
Correct.
Alright. Okay. And since I haven't pulled out my own weapon yet, if I were to pull out a weapon, could I still do an attack, or...
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay. I'll go ahead, take out my... I'm going to probably butcher it here. My Wakizashi. I can't...
Wakizashi.
Yeah, that. And use it two-handed.
Take out your whack-a-mole.
Yeah. And go ahead and target the horse's legs.
Okay.
Try to make it fall.
Yeah. You heartless beast.
Well, I probably can't even reach him. I'm 4 foot, it's nothing. So, and that's just Marshall. That,
Draw your blade.
Yep.
So that would be your stance, which I believe you said is air.
Yep. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and have 2 success.
Okay. What is the damage of your weapon?
It's damage of... Oh. No, wait. Can wield 2 hands to add plus... Alright, so that's 2 to deadliness, so don't need to worry about that. So that's 3 total damage.
Okay.
To a poor horse's
I have
legs.
to figure out the horse stats here. Which
Sorry,
they've
horse.
got. So how much damage? Sorry.
3.
Okay. Any opportunity or anything?
Nope, just 2 success.
Alright, so as you slash at the horse, at this point, it just kind of rears up and is you see the eyes go wide,
Right.
and it is now also in initiative, as it does not like being slashed at, and it was not spooked. So
I'm in trouble.
okay.
That's a true statement.
So the rider is gonna going to just whip around his spear and just try to stick you into the ground here.
So he needs a grand total of 3 to hit me.
Because of your
My air
good
stance.
stance. Yeah. I kid you not, every single one of those was blank.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
lucky. Wow.
It's my lucky ugly cricket.
However, the horse
Right.
also rears up and just tries to trample you down with its hooves. And
The horse is compromised.
Not yet, but the horse's composure is only 4. And it's a quarter of the way there because it got a stripe. However, it does. Just kind of try to smoosh down on you. And that's 3 successes.
So it hits me.
It does, and that'll be 6 damage.
-1 for my armor, right? So
And then,
that goes to my fatigue.
yes.
All right. This is when, in Zelda games it goes beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep. I have 1 left.
And it's back to you.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and use Blessed Wind.
Yeah, as one of its hooves just catches you in the gut.
Alrighty. Let me go see what this magical ability does for me. 1, 2. I can make a support action in this whole finagle melee duel, right?
I believe it.
So I'll make it 2 Theology Air. Alright, well, if that's the case, since I'm not going to succeed anyways, I'll go ahead and take the 2 opportunity then.
Okay.
Since I don't succeed on my Blessed Wind, to make it harder for all of us to hit each other.
All right.
And that's a support action, so I can't do anything else, right? Because that was my action.
Correct.
With the 2 opportunity then, since the horse reared up, hit me hit me in the chest or whatever, so I'm guessing its hooves are
Yes, it is.
is now back.
Again,
I'm
down.
going to use my 2 opportunity to go, since I'm so short anyways, just go directly underneath the horse and pop up on the other side.
Okay.
So that way it makes, I don't know if I get advantage for...
Yeah. It definitely makes it harder for him to strike at you. And you hear the rider call, "What?" And
What the?
does it attempt to strike down at you once more.
I didn't change my stance, by the way, so it's still 3.
Yeah. No. As you dodge under, just the point of the spear just sinks into the mud behind you as you just stuck underneath the horse.
Now it's the horse's turn.
No, because I basically gave her that one turn because I specifically attacked the horse.
Right.
But typically speaking, the horse does not get its own separate turn
Okay.
from the rider. It just gets it. When the rider succeeds in a movement action, add bonuses equal to the amounts watering. Which actually he will just whip around the horse to try to, since he missed stabbing at you, he does try to just ram his horse and leave you exposed once more. But it's back to you.
So is the rider and horse facing me currently?
No, they've presented you with side at this point because they've
perfect.
had to pull around his horse.
Since I had 2 opportunity, could the latches for the saddle be on the side of the horse?
Sure.
I like to unbuckle the saddle.
Okay.
I like it.
Let's call this.
Let's get creative.
You could say it was by design that I'm doing this. Use my aesthetics and design abilities here.
We'll call this We'll call this tactics shift.
Tactics shift. Okay. Well, that's something towards me. Okay. Shift is waka. 1, 2, 3.
You are attempting to change the conditions of the encounter.
Yep. Ooh, that's the explosive success.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
But that's also a lot of strife. So we'll go ahead and re-roll that. So that's the explosive success. I know, gas. Now the explosive success, you can choose to keep that die and it counts as the explosive success, everything that was on the die, and plus the new roll, or is the new roll an entirely new roll?
It's giving you extra dice to choose from.
Okay, gotcha.
You're rolling an additional die, but you still want to keep as many as your ring will allow.
Okay.
Yes.
How am I doing for composure?
Unless you
Alright.
spend a void point.
Well, since it's just me in this, I'll go ahead and take... Alright, so I got 3 successes, 2 strife.
Okay. How's your composure?
I have 2 left.
Okay.
Oh boy.
As you just
I
dart
figured since I'm in
forward,
a duel, I'm all by
just
myself.
reach up and quickly unbuckle, and he goes, "Woo!" and just topples over the far side of the horse. The whole saddle just swings around. And yeah, we're back at the Sheriff of Rockingham moment where it just topples out.
Does
And
he
just-
take falling damage for that?
From a horse. Oh, what is it?
Like falling distance of 0?
Yeah, which does that actually hurt you? And here
I apparently fight dirty in my duels.
It's okay.
I'm healing. Yeah, falling. The length of the hall is measured in range bands. Same as this with it. Fitness. Air. If you succeed here, you reduce the number of range.
Fitness air is the LCML version of fly check.
Oh no,
Right.
sorry. If it's range 0, he's simply disoriented. Which means that the character's senses are scattered, cutting off their options to defend themselves. The disoriented character increases the target number of their movement and support action checks by 2. Okay, so he's simply flopped down into the mud and just angrily hoists himself back up onto his feet. The horse at this point, its rider is not reining it in and commanding that
Right.
it remain in the combat. It's just charging off through the mud. And at this point, you're hearing calls from around the village and presumably the other horsemen. What is going on? And beginning to head in this direction.
Oh no.
And
Hey, guys, how's your sneak check still?
the man now across from you, just with his spear, is just snarling at you, and just the rainfall is beginning to heighten, and so just his hair is hanging down
Is
his
that
face.
cool? Like, you know?
Yeah, and it's just like the mud covering his chin is just smearing it off as he's taking his spear and just trying to lunge for you.
So that's 3 success.
Yes, he does. That would only be 2. So if he lunges for you, just catch the spear under the arm and just throw it aside. Back to you.
Okay. Goodness gracious me.
Which is at range 2 from you at this point, so you would have to move forward
closer.
if you got to go to use your sword.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use my sword and move closer. Doop, 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 doop. So, 1, 2, 3. Roll. I need that. Well, I guess I have to take that another strife. So, 2 success, 1 strife. So I'm at 7 out of 8.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can't hit him, and I've got 1 left HP. So,
Are you charging just kind of, as you've thrown the spear aside, just kind of slice up across him, and he just kind of crumples back down into the
I
mud.
got him.
Yeah.
I immediately
As you're hearing the horses still coming up behind you, and the torchlight is coming around the corner, and they are about to come into view. You guys, what are you doing?
How much of the duel did we see?
Yeah. Because
we'll
I think
say
we got a ways ahead, I'm guessing,
Yeah,
because
right.
we were...
that all took place in apparently just like 20 seconds.
Wow.
So you guys are just kind of looking over at this point and seeing the aftermath of it is with a injured horse with a bit of a limp on its front legs is charging off, and you're looking back to see Memphis standing over this fallen foe and is just just charging off for cover once more. And
Just imagine.
three of these horsemen are just charging around the building where you guys are hiding behind and just trying to come around.
Memphis has
combat
distracted
takes place.
4 of the 6 horsemen.
Yes.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
The 4 horsemen.
Right.
Well, I
One for each foot.
gotten an opportunity. Can I use that opportunity to help him stealth better, or
How would you like to do that?
like if I can like sneak back and just like yank him into the shadows,
All right. Remember, there's a point
hand
where
over fit,
Yeah.
like mouth, like
your little frame is just hurled back against the wall and hand
and
clamped
then
over your
quickly
mouth.
move away from where the thudding happened.
Okay.
It's me.
Okay. As you guys are hearing,
I'm leaving you.
they've killed one of us. They will pay. And the horsemen are beginning to break off at this point, and you're hearing shouts from where the villagers had been gathered at this point, and yeah, there is a calm, more commanding voice rising above the rest. Those of you who still hide, we will slay your comrades. For every second you force us to wait. 1.
I have a bow.
Mhm.
I'm going to
Yeah.
shoot him.
Okay, so you
I would
peek
like-
out
I
behind
would
the
like to
building.
do the same.
Okay,
I just got dropped, so I'm probably just composing myself at
I
the moment.
would call it
Ranged.
I would call it range 6. You'd have to get a little closer if you only got range
I
5.
would like to stealth closer.
Okay,
I would also like to sneak closer. Using my
The-
same tactics shift as before.
go for it.
Do we have
Okay.
to roll again?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And Zaheen, you're attempting your survival or
Thank you.
skullduggery con.
Yeah.
While they're going off, could I don't know how this works, and how do you recover HP?
You rest or get somebody to fix you up.
Oh, okay.
No.
So I'll go ahead and just kind of, I guess I'll try the stealth behind them, or just, kind of follow them at the very
Okay.
least. So,
How are you attempting to do that?
I don't know. I guess I'll go ahead and just use shift tactics.
Okay.
So, on my stealth check,
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 opportunity,
Okay.
which I would like to use to get close enough before they see me.
Okay.
And then I shoot him.
All right.
I'm going to spend a void point when I shoot him.
All right.
2 success, 2 opportunity, 1 strife.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use the opportunity to get a good angle. Like, find like a nice vantage point.
All right. So as you guys kind of dart off in opposite directions, you're just charging up behind this small little rickshaw kind of setup, and just this is not going to give you enough cover. Just give you like 2 seconds tops, and before like the horsemen come around and get a clear view of you, and you're just trying to, and you line up for the shot, and you are within range. And just you see the mounted individual just kind of standing there in the torchlight of the man holding up the light, just slowly looks over in your direction. The arrow flies.
And
What do I roll? Does it mean I choose a stance then at this point?
Yes.
Okay. I was in fire stance before, and I think I will stick to fire
Right.
stance.
I would also stick with fire stance. Right?
Go for it.
So that's good because that gives me 2 success, 2 opportunity, and 1 more strife, which puts me at 9 out of 10.
I got 1 opportunity for my stealth check.
So
Okay.
I have, because I'm using fire stance, I get 3 success, 1 opportunity, 1 strife, and the strife counts as that 3rd success.
I'm taking, I guess, air stance for if I'm in this, but
Can I take like the jump shot? Okay.
Yeah, because
Yes?
that's awesome.
Okay. I was thinking to use my opportunity for that.
All right, you just kind of bound up like some crates on top of one of
Yeah.
these vending stalls and just kind of vault off the last top of it and just kind of let fly the arrow. And just as Higoshi's also, which was you got.
I got 2 success, 2 opportunity.
Okay, so as you guys are both darting in, kind of a pincer formation, another of the horsemen is coming up and he's just beginning
Which
to turn.
actually, by the way, if he takes the notice, can this be sneak attack?
It'd still be against this individual's vigilance and...
Because Path of Shadows adds full rank to sneak attack damage.
But this is you're taking a shot at the big guy, and he appears to be rather vigilant, so this is not going to be sneak attack. However, as one of the horsemen is coming around, he's about to mark Hideyoshi's position. Midface, you begin to charge out. Once again, just face plants into the muck, and the individual who is going to mark Hideyoshi's position just turns. I've got one over here, and just kind of begins to tear off towards Midface's position. However, Hideyoshi,
I just have no luck.
what is the damage of you guys' weapons?
5.
So, if I remember correctly, the damage is the bonus successes plus the damage. So since it's a target of 2, I do just the straight 5 damage.
And I got 3 success, so I do 6. Is that how you would?
Yes.
But the opportunity... Are you able to spend opportunity to inflict a critical?
I don't believe so.
Or do you have to have an ability for that?
I think that's a specific thing, which I'm probably wrong, but we'll figure it out.
By the way, Memphis is not looking so good. I got 1 HP left and 1 strife left.
Oh, man.
Use an opportunity as a descriptor or as a narrative tool. Environmental dangers. No, it does not appear to have anything to do with inflicting crits. However, as both of you, just the arrows are shot off through the night. One of them just sinks into the mounted individual's shoulder plating of his samurai armor, and the other one connects with his grunt beside him as he's looking about and just kind of clambering up and just appearing to present himself as a human shield. And as the arrow strikes him in the back, the torch falls from his grasp and just slumps down into the mud. And the rider simply breaks off the arrow from his shoulder and just draws his blade and just looks about to his riders. We have found our troublemakers. Kill them. And that's what we're going to pick it up next time.
Me in the muck.
Dang it, Scruffy.
I'm not looking so good.
I'm really, really close.
A lot of strife. So,
Yeah. Oh boy.
everybody go ahead and take 4 XP.
Woohoo!
As players and listener, we are, once again, as we don't know how long we're going to be in these individual settings, we accelerate the character progression a bit. So, yeah, we'll pick it up there next time with our second big encounter. And we've had a skirmish, we've had a duel.
Right.
Having
and
another skirmish,
yeah.
probably.
Probably another skirmish here, unless you guys somehow talk everyone down from this. Yeah.
I'm currently
I think
laying with
the
my face in the
only-
muck, so I can't do that.
The only way that will happen is if Mudarkital shows up.
Yeah. It'd be cool if he were to suddenly appear out of nowhere.
That'd be real nice.
I hope he didn't just shoot him.
Combat instructor ex machina.
Yeah.
So,
Well, at least now I have another rank in melee.
Yes, we will see where this all leads next time, players and listener, on Tim Portalers. Thanks for checking out our show. If you want to learn more about us, follow us at Tim Portalers on Twitter, or you can email us directly at tim.portalers@gmail.com.